Hey everyone, Alex here from Japanese Masters, and today we're going to go over Lesson 2, Part 3, that is "そうです." Okay, let's go ahead and dive right on into this. As you can see here, we have "そうです." What exactly does that mean in English? Let's start with that. Well, it's kind of an affirmative in English, so it's used when you're telling someone that they're right, and it basically means something like, that's right. So if someone were to ask you, like, you went to school at whatever university, right? You'd be like, oh, yeah, that's right, that's right. That's what "そうです" is basically in Japanese. You'd be like, ah, "そうです, そうです, hi, そうです," something like that. So you'd say, yeah, that's right, that's right. Okay, let's go ahead and break down affirmatives and negatives a little bit more, just so that you know every situation in Japanese. The first one, of course, is our "そうです." This is an affirmative, and it cannot really be used in a negative way. So by a negative way, I mean you can't make this and change it to "so ja nai" or "so ja arimasen" or "de wa arimasen," the stuff that we learned before in lesson 1 of Minna no Nihongo. That does not work. "So" by itself cannot go negative. This is what is known as a set phrase in the language, which means that the parts of the word don't actually matter, which means that the des and the "so" apart from each other doesn't matter what their meaning is. Together, they have one set meaning, and that's the meaning of "that's right" or an affirmative. So I just told you that you can't use "そうです" in a negative way in Japanese. So how exactly would you give a negative response in Japanese? Like, for example, if what the person said is not correct. That is where the verb "chigaimasu" comes into play. Chigaimasu, or the short dictionary form is chigao, literally means wrong in Japanese, and it is used in a negative way in Japanese. So instead of saying hi, "そうです," like hi, that's right, yes, that's right, you could say "iie, chigaimasu," no, that's wrong. And then usually it's followed by the correct answer, so you'd be like "iie, chigaimasu," and then put whatever the correct answer is right after that sentence. And there's one more way that you can really give a negative in Japanese. And that is, instead of putting "chigaimasu," you can just say the correct answer. You can just say "iie" and then put the correct answer right after that. And we'll see that in an example in a second. Okay, so we know how to say yes to a question. We know how to say no to a question. That, like, the person is right, the person is not right. Let's go through a little colloquial variance. So you'll see "そうです" here a lot. You'll see some people say "そうだ," "そうです," things like that. But there is another colloquial variance that is "so, so, so, so." You'll hear this a lot in Japanese, and you might be thinking, well, that sounds kind of weird. It's literally just repeating the first part a whole bunch of times. Well, in English and even other languages like Spanish or Italian, they do this too. In Spanish and Italian, you'll hear like "si, si, si, si," like yes, a lot of times really, really quickly. In English, you'll be like yeah, 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 yeah. It's the exact same in Japanese. Instead of saying "soda, soda, sodas," because that's really hard to say quickly, they just shorten it to "so, so, 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 so." So you'll hear that when people are talking and someone's asking them if something's correct, the person will be like, "Oh, is this something and something?" And the person will be like, "Ah, so, 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 so." Like, yes, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right. Stuff like that. So it's kind of like how it is in English, but at the same time, it can sound really weird if you don't know what they are talking about. So just remember that "so des" in a lot of colloquial conversations is just shortened to "so, so, so, so," or is just used to really say that something is right. Okay, let's go and go through a few examples so that you know exactly what I am talking about. Okay, so the first example that we have is literally just the simple "hi, そうです." The correct response, like if someone said something and it's correct. Like if someone asked you, "Is that your book?" You'd be like, "Ah, hi, そうです." Yeah, that's right. That's my book. Nothing really too complicated here. If you didn't know, "hi" is of course yes or yeah in Japanese, and then "そうです" is what we're covering right now. Okay, now let's go into something where instead of using the positive response, we'll use the negative response. And that is "no, that's wrong. It's a pen." "Iie, chigaimasu. Pen desu." Okay, the first thing I'm going to cover is "iie." "Iie," of course, means no in Japanese, if you didn't know that. After that is our verb that we're talking about, "chigaimasu." So you're saying "iie," no, and "chigaimasu," that's wrong. Which you could basically say that in English too. If someone said, like, "Is that your book?" Like, "Ah, no, that's not right. That's someone else's book." It sounds a little bit stranger in English than it does in Japanese, but it's still perfectly valid. And then the next part, like I said before, sometimes you will have the correct answer after it. So "iie, chigaimasu, pen desu." So you're saying, no, that's wrong. I guess someone asked, is that maybe a pencil? And you're like, no, that's wrong. It's a pen. And then we have, of course, pin is pin in Japanese. It's a really easy loan word. And then our des structure. Okay. Our final one. This is what I was talking about, where sometimes you don't even need to put the chigaimasu. You can just put the correct answer. So you're saying, no, it is a pen. "Iie, pen desu." So yet again, the person could have been asking the same question. Is that a pencil? And you would be like, "Ie, pen des." Nah, that's a pen. Which that one is very close to English. We do the exact same thing in English. Someone asks, "Is that a pencil?" You can easily reply, "Nah, that's a pen." Yeah, so that's all there really is to this lesson, is just knowing the affirmatives and the negatives in Japanese and knowing how to tell someone that they're wrong politely and correctly. I hope this makes sense. I hope you know how to use so des now and how to use chigaimasu. And listen for so whenever you're speaking in Japanese, because you'll hear it a lot. My sensei said it all the time. My host parent said it all the time. It is something that at first was very confusing to me, and I hope that you don't have to go through that same confusion. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. I will be happy to answer them. If you have any criticism, also put them in the comments below. I'd be happy to address that. Until next time, guys, keep studying Japanese. All right, everyone, see ya.